My name's Hugo and I'm going to read The Journey of the Sea Turtle. The sun was setting behind a wide coral reef. Shadow birds hovered and swooped above the waves. As darkness fell, a mother turtle crept slowly up the beach. She dug a deep hole to lay her eggs. Before dawn, she would gently cover the eggs with sand, then return to the sea. In time, little hatchling emerged to dig their way up through the sands. Many began the journey across the open beach, but the shadow birds were waiting. One little hatchling reached the water's edge. She splashed into the shallows and swam out to sea. Over many years she grew bigger and stronger, joining the other turtles for the great migration. When the summer sun once again warmed the sea, she was ready to lay her eggs. Returning to the beach of her ancestors, the shadow birds were nowhere in sight. There was nowhere to lay her eggs. She drifted out into the warm currents, returning many times to the same beach. There were no shadow birds and still nowhere to lay her eggs. Time came once again for the great migration. She left to face the dangers of the open sea. Diving for jellyfish in the waters of the coral sea, her flippers became tangled in a cray pot line, not being able to swim properly. She could not hunt. She drifted helplessly and alone into the ocean currents. Summer storms began to tear at the sea. She became weaker and desperate for food. The sharp coral of a reef began to cut and bruise her body. But the coral had also loosened the wires that were slowly drowning her. She was free. When the storm passed, she looked up to the sky. There were shadow birds, and beyond the reef, she could see a long stretch of golden sands.